Hey everybody, we are jumping into a ranked core set 2020 best of one draft here. We have almost 15,000 gold. We bought the mastery pass at level 100 on Friday, which has given us 10,000 gold instantly, which we're going to spend on these 5,000 entry best of one queues. M20 is fading. We are about to be playing Throne of Eldraine, but we don't have it yet. So we're going to keep having fun with the magic we have. And core set 2020 has been strong. It's had good legs, and I've really enjoyed it. And I also really enjoy shopping at Card Kingdom. You know Card Kingdom. Card Kingdom is the source for everything you need for your tabletop magic game, whether you need supplies, singles, sealed product, or whether you need to sell some stuff to get some cash, or even better, sell some stuff, get a 30% store credit bonus, and get all of that sealed product, singles, and supplies that you need without actually digging into your wallet. You can just dig into your card collection if that's going to work better for you. They have the best buy prices on average in the business. I try to say true things, and I'm very careful to try to say true things about Card Kingdom. And as someone who sells a lot of Magic cards, I think it's just true to say that on average, they have the best buy prices in the business. Certainly, if that's not exactly technically true, it's awfully close, and you should not be selling Magic cards without checking Card Kingdom's buy prices, because they are likely to beat most people out there. So always keep them in mind when you're looking to liquidate or convert your resources, which, you know, we're a bunch of value hounds around here. It's something you have to do to juggle this expensive hobby. So we'll do that. Mom is reminding me to reset my record. We'll do that going in here, but let's get pick one up. You can start talking about that, and I'll update my data at the bottom. Thanks, Card Kingdom, for supporting my stream. I really appreciate it. Ooh, I see some good stuff here. Wow, fun pick. All right, you start talking about that. I'm going to update my stuff here. This is 00. Format M20 Bo1. And account is paid. Oh, not paid. Free to play. We're free to play. We're free to play. There we go. Risen Reef is awfully hard to pass. We all know it's the mythic uncommon of the set, but close behind Risen Reef for mythic uncommon of the set has got to be this young woman right here. Double shock plus an up ability that allows you to potentially get more shocks out of it. Hey, thank you, Magic, for hosting my stream. I appreciate that. I especially appreciate it because I know it means that I'm now on a lot of the monitors in the hallways at Wizards of the Coast, and I get to say hello to my old compatriots and friends there. Hello, old compatriots and friends at Wizards of the Coast. How you doing? Zach wants to go colorless in gems here. We could do that. You're probably right. This could be, if you're super disciplined, you can take the Overseer for the gem pick. I'm too enamored with these two to not take one of them, though. I'll put it a quick poll, though. I do think Zach is right. You take the Steel Overseer, and you could potentially even work around that. But I think for that, as I'm fading on this format, I want to go for deck power here. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to poll it, and we'll... I'm curious. I'm not necessarily going to go with what you all say, but I'm just curious where people are at with this one, because it's an interesting pick. Reef and Chandra. I'm curious where you'd start here between those two. I see what you did there, Raptor. Now go stand in the corner. Wow, look at that. Nice vote. Super interesting, and with a late Reef vote from Maxwell there, bringing it to a straight 14-14 tie. I'm gonna go... Oh, man, this is killing me. Yeah, it's a super close pick. I think this is just a little bit better, but it's 2-color, and this is just open. Although, frankly, yeah, if I'm taking this, I'm probably... Yeah, I'm going to take Chandra.
I don't know what I'm doing here, but it's going to be fun.
What's up, Rob? Now we have a, let's see, Fenlurker, Thief, Netcaster, Spider, Shock. We can just take a Shock to stay on color, but Thief's the best card. But I think Thief's the best card, but Shock being on color with Chandra puts it over the top for me. And this is how we end up, we don't marry our first picks, but I think it's totally legit. I mean, we should be saying, all right, if this weren't here, if our situation were this, I would just take Thief. But frankly, this just changes things. This does increase the value of future red cards, and so Shock gets a little bit of a nudge upward and passes the Thief in my mind. All right, now we've got, well, Agonizing Siphon, I guess. We can take Master Splicer. We've done red-white once, and it was actually okay. Robert wheeled 3 Thieves. What pack, Robert? You must have done a good job cutting black. I can't bring myself to take the Raider. It is so replaceable. I just don't ever care if I'm playing this card or not. I think we take Siphon. Master Splicer is the best card in the pack in the abstract, but white-red is not where we want to be. Black-red isn't really where we want to be either, frankly, but it's closer to where I want to be than white-red, so let's take the Siphon. And now we can grab a nice Embercat here. Yeah, and there's nothing else really even pressing for competing for it. Also note that there's not been any great blue-green. I'm not trying to be results-oriented. I think we had a very, very close pick. I'm just saying we're getting a little bit lucky that it turns out that what was open afterwards was a little more red than green-blue. So yeah, we'll take the kitty here. Pretty easy. And we don't have to marry this Siphon either. We'll see where we end up from here. We could take this Octoprophet here and lean back towards, is it, you know, kind of is it Elementals? But Gorging Vulture and Cutthroat are both nice. Cutthroat might even wheel, so I think we take the Vulture here. Matches what we're doing. And here's a Bone Splinters, or again, we could dip towards Unsummon, but this kind of solidifies us. We take the Bone Splinters, we're just kind of, we're in on black-red, and we'll just try and make that work. I don't see how we get off black-red if we go down this path now, but it's the best card here, so yeah. Well, maybe Unsummon might be better, but it's the best for us. I saw this Backwater and thought, ooh, we can maybe splash black, but then this is perfect. If you are going to be red-black, you really want the Smuggler-Thief interaction, so this is a pretty easy Smuggler. And again, the land caught my eye, but Blood Burglar is pretty important curve filler here. If we can pick up some Thieves in the future packs, the ability to go Blood Burglar on 2 and kind of force your oppo to manage your turn 2 Blood Burglar, it often sets up your Thief for getting through. So, sorry, Bloodfell Caves would like to have you, but we're going to take the 2 for the deck. Aeronaut is playable. We might end up here. Running that guy. Wowie! I saw a Fenlurker and got super excited, and then there's a skeleton. Do we just take the Fenlurker, though? Fenlurker now and try to pick up Skellies in the future packs? It doesn't look like the bots are valuing them much. I really want to make sure we get a skeleton, but I'm gonna take the chance that we can get a skeleton, at least one skeleton later, and the Lurker is just great. So yeah, I think we need to take the Lurker here. Bird Grabber, unlikely to make the cut, but I'll take the unlikely to make the cut 2 over the replaceable 5. Here's Vault Progress / probably not going to make the cut, although we do have a Goblin Smuggler and a Goblin Bird Grabber, so who knows? Maybe this is the day. But we're going to start you in the sideboard Ringleader until... such a time as your services are required. No, I've never found a way to. I've never had an opportunity to run the ringleader. I mean, I would if the goblin density is high enough, but man, that's a heavy smuggler deck because like smugglers and like the uncommon red shock goblin are like if you don't have a bunch of those, then I don't know what you're doing. I guess dagger scale is a goblin too. Maybe we could get there. Yeah, good call, Funky. I got there. All right. How about a red or black cavalier in the rare slot? Come on. Nah. We could take it for gems, but let's give Siegebreaker a try. It's not great, but I'm going to take it. Moreland Druid says the Siegebreaker is great. I'd say it's not great, but it's fine. Pack Mastiff is probably better, but it will wheel. Maybe the Siegebreaker wheels, but I bet Mastiff wheels. We're going to take Siegebreaker and wheel the Mastiff. Yeah, land for splash. I'm not into that now with the breaker here. We'll just take the breaker, see if we can make it work. Saw Meteor Golem first, but we have Shock and Disfigure also, and I think we just take the Disfigure, keep this low and mean. You've never felt great about a Mastiff in your deck. Occam's Razor, what's wrong? Well, why don't you love playable 2s? I mean, if you said, I've never felt great about a Goblin Bird Grabber in your deck, I would be like, yeah, I get you, man. But I have definitely felt great about Mastiffs in my deck. Like Windmill Slam Mastiff. Not first pick or anything, but like when it wheels or whatever, I'm like, yes! All right, we're taking Disfigure, though. A little better than Shock. Second Pyromancer, very nice. Yes, we'll do that. I mean, rarity, legendary rule issues, but we're going to go for it anyway. Is there any difference between Shock and Disfigure? That's a good call. Well, Disfigure -2/-2 overcomes regeneration stuff, but maybe Shock is just better because it can go to the face. Maybe I just gravitated towards the uncommon, but Shock is actually better. That's the main thing. Yeah, right. That you can reduce a 4/4 to a 2/2 in combat so that your 3/3 eats it or whatever. How many elementals do we have? We have Embercat and and Chandra, soon to be double Chandra.
Hey, I'm Chandra.
I mean,
Nice
she's
to
not
meet
an
you.
elemental, but she supports the theory. We don't have. So the answer is not much, honestly. Here we've got another agonizing siphon or a pattern matcher or a scuttlemutt. Thank you, Bacalao Fever. Appreciate that. Yeah, too bad pattern matcher can't work on this. We could take the pattern matcher though and look to double up on some of these. We might wheel another Fenlurker. That would be an insane wheel. We might wheel the pattern matcher though. I don't think so though. I feel like they've gotten better at it. But yeah, let's take another siphon. Sorry, pattern matcher. I'm gonna take the removal. Here's a Skelly we can grab, or even a Flame Sweep. Where are we at on Flame Sweep? Survives, dead. No, wait. If we do it on our turn, it wouldn't die. Survives, dead. Survives. Could make it survive, dead. Spitfire is a great constructed card, but it's pretty underwhelming if playable in limited. I mean, we would play it. It's just, it doesn't even leap out to me as better than, like, Skeleton. Spitfire with Siphon, Shock, and Chandra. Well, the Chandras make it nice because obviously you can plus the Chandra, but when you're talking about Big value from Spitfire because I can use Agonizing Siphon and Shock on my opponent's face. Like, yes, that's a play that happens sometimes, but only if I'm winning the game, right? So it does give me a chance to win the game, maybe a turn or two early or something, but it doesn't really blow me away that, like, we have some removal that could trigger the Spitfire. Yeah, it gets pumped by Chandra, I acknowledge that. But we also really need a skeleton. The thing is, this might wheel. We can take a chance on trying to wheel the skeleton. We can take the Spitfire. It goes up. It definitely goes up in value in our deck over where it typically is in the format. But don't get too excited here. This is not some key synergy piece that's going to make this deck hum. It's just that we have some cards in our deck that give this a little bit more value than it might have in a vacuum. That's all. And we can take the Splinters too, but I'll take it. We have enough going on. We'll do it for the science. Ooh, here's an Ember Cat. That's nice for this too. Yeah. I suppose we'll wheel that pattern matcher. I'm going to take the Cutthroat here over any of this stuff. Take a second Goblin Ringleader and really go to town on the Goblin thing. All right, we'll take this. Another grabber, maybe just an Infuriate here. This is we don't have any Thieves yet, which is really unfortunate, but if we can pick up some Thieves, Infuriate makes those better. I'm going to take an Infuriate here. And here's the Pack Mastiff that we thought would wheel. Get in our deck, looks great. Active Treason, unlikely to make it in best of one. Maybe we want an Anvil Rot Raptor. Although we're pretty thick at 4, so I don't think we want that. We'll take a Treason that we won't play. Blade Brand, we will play. I think I like Blade Brand here over Destructive Digger. The Digger's not impressed me, really. But we are low on 3s. We could slot this into 3. Spitter could work with Ogre. Wait, Spitter? What do you mean, could work with Ogre? Yeah, stop trying to come up with a reason. We're not. Spitter's a bad card that you really need the right deck to play, and this is not there. Yeah. There's we have one Smuggler for a Spitter. Like, stop. We're taking Blade Brand. Taking Blade Brand, for sure. Oh, cool. We got a Digger there. Don't think we're going to play that. All you people trying to make Spitters happen. It's not going to happen. No, it's not. It's not the deck for Spitters. Why is this the deck for Spitters? Because we have one Smuggler? What do you mean? Why is this the deck for Spitters? Somebody, you know. Two Chandras and a Spitfire are still not enough to make the Spitter playable. But yeah, we're going to take Disfigure again over the Brawler, I think. And try to wheel this Brawler. We might even wheel the Brawler. Or do we have too much good removal? No, I'm going to take it. At least we need Thief. Give me our Thieves, please. Is this any good for us? Should we play Chandra's Regulator with our double Novice Pyromancer? It's not. I'll take it because it's rare and it's gems. We can debate. The opportunity cost for taking this card is not much. Like, I would want the Soul Salvage or whatever, so we'll take it. But it's debatable whether we're gonna play this or not. But I'm in for the gems, if nothing else. Wow, terrible pick 3 for us here. We have a possible main deck Reckless Airstrike, but that's fully it. Yikes. All right, well, here's a soul salvage we can take, and maybe we wheel the Blade Brand and the Scorch Spitter, and we can have that debate again. This third pack has been lousy. No thieves likely, which means that I hate this deck, actually. People seem excited about the Cryptic Caves. I'm not into the Cryptic Caves. I like casting my spells too much. I think we take it for Vault Progress. I don't think we want a second Infuriate. Probably wheel this anyway. I'm going to put this in the board, and we can talk about that as well, but we're unlikely to play it, actually, with the way I approach things anyway. Also unlikely to play another Fathom Fleet. Yeah, Cutthroat's fair. We're just pretty stacked at 4, but we'll figure it out. I don't want a second digger. I barely like the first one. We have a digger here, and they don't stack. You know, you never want 2. All right. Well, we'll take another Blood Burglar. And another Pack Mastiff. But that's it. We're done. No more new cards. The Zero Thief Black deck makes me sad. Another Smuggler, though, is pretty perfect here. That makes me a little happier. Smuggling ourselves some Pack Mastiffs is a way to win when you don't have thieves, but the lack of, yeah. Some say I never heard of ya. A rap burglar. Hey, Hamthor, thank you for that sub. Do we need another bird grabber? Nah, we're not even playing the first one, probably. We'll take another digger and throw it in the board. Yeah, we could make a goblin deck, I suppose. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could have the 7 goblin deck. Yeah, still not enough, but funny. That's even close. Don't think we're playing a second Infuriate. We have so much removal we might not play the first one. Some say I never heard of ya. A rap burglar. Hey Phil, thank you so much. All right, well, I don't think we're running that Fire Elemental either, but I'll put it in for now. A measly 20 gem grind. Go add that, though. Played a couple times this weekend and utterly crushed. It went 7-2 on the free-to-play 2 account with the game, and then I played on the paid account and started out 5-1. Thank you, Poldran. Started out 5-1 with a beautiful M20 blue-black control deck, and just stomped. Like, I just had 1 mana issue and got crushed in the other 5 games, and then proceeded to get stuck on 2 back-to-back games, never drawing really a third land and losing without doing anything twice in a row. It was stinky. I was tilted, if you believe it. Sorry, give me 1 sec here to get my stuff entered. For those of you who don't know, I'm updating my spreadsheet where I track my results, so that I don't have to rely on a Wizards of the Coast ranking system to figure out how I'm doing in this crazy game. M20, we're going to be black, red. We entered for gold. And got 20 on the grind so far. Yeah, no skeleton. Maybe we take the bone splinters out. Like, I don't even know what exactly we're splintering and happy about. I guess we'll try the regulator for science, but I'm not too excited about it. We're probably cutting the infuriate, maybe the bone splinters. Maybe this aeronaut, this elemental. Where are we at here? 1610. Drop the bird grabber. That's 1510. Not really. I guess we can Ambercat into Chandra. That's pretty nice. Yeah, let's cut a digger. I like that. And maybe even cut a land. We could maybe make this a 16. We're not drawing much, but we could do like this. Is that how you spell surveillance? How do you spell surveillance? I'm a terrible speller. If I didn't have squiggly red lines under my misspelled words. Ooh, did I get it? I got it. Yeah, only 14 creatures, but we have a soul salvage and a lot of removal. I mean, what do you want to do? If we're going 16, I definitely don't want to run caves. Caves, if you didn't notice, caves taps for colorless mana, not red or black. That's a real cost that people seem to just marginalize or dismiss or wave away, wave off. Like, it's not free, folks. Staring at swamp cryptic caves and a Embercat in your hand is going to be the most painful thing you've experienced on the day, you know? That's just awful. No, we're not cutting Fenlurker. Nope. Fenlurker's amazing. But maybe I should go 8 Swamp, 7 Mountain if we do it that way. I'm going to try this. Yeah, you can only discard red spells and mountains to the regulator, but we're kind of running this to try and combo with Chandra, and I don't think it's a very good include. We're just doing it for science, like someone who's like in before we cut this in a couple games, but we'll try it. All right. We're a little bit heavy on 4s for my comfort level at 16 land, but we have no 5s. So we're risking it. Hey, Dionysus, you know it's going to be at the end of the draft. I don't know. Could be in 3 games, could be in 9 games. We'll see. Easy keep here. Burglar into Smuggler. And we either attack for 4 at that point, or if they have a blocker, an unblocked 2 points of lifelink. That seems fine for us. Kitty, you're interesting, but we're going to go with the Smuggler here. Curve out to the best of our ability. Oh, you can even try. I still haven't fixed MTG bot. I don't know why MTG bot doesn't think I'm online, but if you try punting... Ooh, look! It worked. Does it think I'm up? Maybe it finally thinks that I'm online. I'm streaming. Maybe it's different for me. That's true. All right. MTG bot believes. Yeah, it could be ambusher, I suppose, but if so, they get one of our 2s and we cut throat and kill the ambusher, so that seems fine. Oh, I see. If I punt, it just automatically counts. Interesting. It's not even a vote when I do it. All right, Siegebreaker. Or we could do, maybe we do Kitty and Mastiff. Although this sets up threat of activation if we do it. Yeah, also could be Bone to Ash. Let's throw them a Kitty in case it's Bone to Ash, and then we can follow with Pack Mastiff. Or it could be Convolute. That's fine. That's the one that was least important to us, and Convolute obviously much better there for us than Bone to Ash. Well, we got him on the back foot, and this is a lot of pressure with the Smuggler and the Mastiff. Yeah, if they're spending 4 to get rid of our 2, that's fine with us. Now we've got a Siegebreaker turn. They've only got green up, so it doesn't even really matter. I'm just going to play Siegebreaker and attack. Yeah, I can share you that link. One second. If you run into a bug on Arena that costs you some of your resources, you can reach out to Wizards, let them know, and they will historically take care of you. I can't obviously promise what Wizards are going to do on any given choice, but you are likely to be supported. Yeah, Healer stinks. People play this card way too much. Way too much. Well, if they have a pump spell, we have a Disfigure, and again, we have a Fathom Fleet in that case also, so we're still just going to charge in. I hope they have a pump spell. Now, no need to use a Disfigure on a healer that they're chumping, or they may try to pump, but yeah, we just get to wreck them. See? You wait for them to move first, and then you do this. We're playing a Hill Giant here because we're going to win, I think. Unsummon is going to keep him alive, but not really for long. Anything we're worried about? I guess with double color access, there's a lot of things they could have, but I think we're safe to redrop the Siegebreaker. All right. Top decking to not die. They 2-for-1 themselves to get rid of that Siegebreaker. Now I think they're just dead. I saw convolute.deck and said deck instead of dead. But they're mostly dead, and now really dead? Let's see. Really dead. Yeah, that was not a great looking deck over there, but Magic is hard, and until you've really learned the ropes, there's a lot of cards in Limited that really fool less experienced players about their playability. And that's our, that's part of our skill advantage that we take here. You think Healer is playable in 2% of decks? I think it's less than that. Because most decks aren't even green, right? Like, if it's literally 100%, if you're looking at, like, if you took every single deck in the system and said, I'm giving you a healer. Do you want to put it in this deck? I don't think you're going to see that kind of number. I don't think it'll be as high as 2%. All right, if we keep this, we have Ember Cat, we have Mastiff. We're missing our black, but I think Ember Cat into Mastiff is good enough to keep. But I'm with Stratic. A hesitant keep that could go poorly, but we're going to give it a shot. We have a couple of things to do before we find black, so we have some time. Hey, there we go. Now we have Ember Cat into Chandra, if we can find ourselves any land that doesn't enter the battlefield tapped off the top. Oh, come on. One time, dealer. One time. I think you're right, Tireless Slacker, and you're not the only one out there talking about that. It's that the playability of healer is conditional on your reef situation. Well, I'm going to attack with just the Mastiff and cast the Spitfire. Although now maybe they'll burn the Ember Cat knowing that we want to use it. No, they're letting us do it. Trailblazer decks, maybe multiple Trailblazers justify the healer as well. That's fair, but I think it's a multiple thing. You know, again, you need multiple Trailblazers. All right. I think I'm going to offer Mastiff for Lavakin Brawler and half of a Chandra. See if they want to take it. Oops, no. We could also Blade Brand, but I like just dropping Chandra and finishing off the Brawler, and then having a protected Chandra.
Be afraid, wizard. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try something new.
All right, now we get this play that somebody called out as a reason to pick up more Cutthroats.
I call my fists Pyromaster and Firebrand.
Not bad. Now we can start plussing Chandra too. Oh yeah, we can move to a different one so you can see loyalty. Good call. How about here? Play here right now with the Planeswalker in play. I think we were a little early on the Cutthroat, but we do have a Blade Brand also to handle this Vorst Claw. I'm going to play an Ember Cat. Let's see, we got a plus Chandra anyway. So let's plus
burn bright
and attack with both. I would trade either of these. Plus, we want to keep the aggression up. All right, picked up a Swamp, which lets us drop a Vulture here instead of just the Ember Cat. Although Ember Cat does pick up a Chandra plus. I'm gonna go with max mana though. Milled no creatures. Let's see. Disfigure is 2, Chandra's 2 more, and Cutthroat is 3, so we could spend all 3 of these cards to take out this Vorst Claw, and then still have Ember Cat Burglar to follow, and we'd have 6 power on board with them at 10 and no creatures. But then we're also out, then we lose Chandra. Costs a lot of resources to do it that way. Maybe we just Set that up for defense. We're at 20. I guess we just, I'm just going to plus for now. And Embercat, Burglar, leaving Siphon up, or Disfigure up, and then attack with Vulture. We'll see what they want to do on attacks. I mean, I don't think they can really attack, right? If they attack, we just kind of say whatever. And even Thicket Crasher, great. Thicket Crasher and attack, I dare you. Like the worst part of this is they get a 2/2. Well, let's see what they want to do with the Vor's Claw. I don't... Like that's kind of great. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can get them to 1 here. Yeah, 1's good enough.
That's it. I'm going home.
All right. 3 instead of 1. They still can't attack us back. Oh, maybe they're just dead. Easy game. When you top deck the perfect card. We did. I cycled our quests before I went on air, by the way, if you're wondering if we have a quest to cycle. Rob, I'm going to start the set review right after this draft. Well, I'll take a little break. Maybe get some snacks, get a beverage, settle in, and we'll do at least 1 color today, maybe 2. We'll see. Ryan, you get them to the same life total by chumping, but your board is worse. I mean, you still have Chandra, but I just would rather have the creatures out at that spot. Oh yeah, this is fine. Sorry, I was looking at chat. We're going to keep this pretty easily. Nice 2, 3, 4 here. Really bad play on my... I got loose there. I didn't think it through. Should definitely have played the Swamp. Did not get punished by drawing the Fenlurker, but really should have. Yeah, it would have been nice to draw the Fenlurker there and get a little reminder about how every decision matters, including your first land play, which I did casually without thinking about my double costs in the deck. It's up to you whether we want. I mean, again, I try to, with the exception of making some broad strokes observations, I try not to tell chat what a punt is. You tell me what a punt is. All right, Oppo's stuck on lands, so let's try and pressure that situation. You at least want the option. You know, Moreland Druid says, but is Fenlurker on 2 really better than Mastiff? Maybe not, but why not give yourself the chance to cast all your spells, right? It's just good discipline to be thinking of it in that way. Looks like they're now looking to try and trade off the Sprite for the Mastiff. So I'm just going to go ahead and siphon the Sprite, actually. It's a little bit getting a little bit aggro here, and Screw can beat Flood. You know, we're flooding a little bit for our deck, and they're on 2 right now, but if they go 3, 4, 5, or whatever, and they just curve out on mana from here, we could still fall behind in this game. Yeah, we'll hold the mountain, because you can cycle away, and that's something to consider as well. It's another reason to play swamps, frankly, is that held mountains can be useful with the regulator. But I am going to go ahead and siphon the Sprite here. It's a little aggressive, but we're trying to punish this stumble while we can. And I'm going to assume that they're going to bust out of this stumble at some point. And so I want to try and take advantage of this while we can. Yeah, all right. And that's pretty good, you know, like this is what I mean. It seems like we're crushing and Oppo is in deep trouble or whatever, but if they unlock their hand, we could fall way behind here. So I do not consider us with any kind of crushing advantage here. We're trying to punish them for a stumble and really not actually succeeding. There you go. Boom. Just like that, we are effectively tied, although that's nice. We can go get both of those back and play the regulator here. Or we could regulate later and I can play the Mastiff. Yeah, let's do the Mastiff. It keeps the pressure on. So we'll go like this. Bring these 2 back, play Mastiff, and save the mountain and the regulator. All right, well, we've got threat of activation here, so let's put him to that test. Oops, no. Should be a free attack here. Oh, really? Do they have unsummon? What do you think they're doing? Are they going to unsummon here? That's fine with me. If you're going to spend your turn on an unsummon of a chaplain. Huh. This is a little more interesting. We've been holding onto this mountain to try and pitch it to the regulator, but we play it now, we can just drop the Siege Breaker, which seems more important to me. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to play the mountain and play our big boy. Maybe they thought they were just preventing me from recasting the Siege Breaker that turn by creating that speed bump. Alright, we get to 2 spell this turn, which is nice. We're going to continue to hold this regulator for future purposes. Oh, Chandra, we hardly knew you. Lost a couple of decent spells. These are whatever, but that's all right. The other Chandra's right on top, right? Do we just win? I think we just win. All right, Oppo stumbled a little too much. They had a decent looking deck. They just stalled on mana and we got to overwhelm them. Would we have preferred the regulator was a creature? Yeah, it was not. I mean, obviously the regulator did not do anything for us important there. It might have. If the game had gone long, maybe it would have become important, but in that particular game it was not important. This is another keep. Yes, definitely uploading my set review to YouTube. Part of the reason I'm doing it for sure is to get some good YouTube content going. Got a lot of viewers right now. Did I miss a raid or something, or is the WotC hosting doing something for me? Anyway, hell, welcome everybody. If you're not a regular around here, I'm glad you're hanging out with us today. My name is Ryan Spain. I used to work on Magic the Gathering Arena. Now I stream it. Bag of Holding is pretty good. I'm just going to disfigure this vampire now. Seems fine. Drop this Mastiff. Thank you for the follow, Crypto. Yeah, if you're new around here and haven't followed me yet, that would be nice. Just put me on your radar. You'll know when I'm streaming. You can come hang with us again sometime. Looks like right now we're just going to smuggle the Mastiff through. Nice, we picked up a 3 though. That's a good draw right there. Yeah, Bag is a fine card. Let's see if we can make it less so by Beaten Face. Ah, the sound of follows. Much appreciated, everybody. Much appreciated. Okay, so we have Chandra, but no real ability to take out this Griffin. So the Griffin just kind of pings Chandra down in the current scenario. Maybe we trade the Mastiff for... Yeah, I'm going to trade Mastiff for Bladebrand. Mastiff and Bladebrand for Griffin Sentinel and a card. That's going to be my plan here, I think. Although they won't block, I guess, because it's got threat of activation. In this case, we don't even need the... I was going to say use the Bladebrand, but we don't even need to use the Bladebrand unless we, like, want to. Yeah, Bladebrand gets both, but whatever, the skeleton comes back anyway. I suppose that's fine, though. Let's get the extra card, if nothing else. They're down pretty low on cards here. We've flooded out a bit for our 16 lands, but if we can just get some action from here, I like our chances. If they need to use a skeleton every turn for 4 mana, that's fine with us too. Let's see what they want to do before we bother with the Chandra. Interesting. All right, I'm going to go Chandra plus.
So many new worlds. So many opportunities to get lost.
It's a lot of loyalty and really puts them in a spot where it reduces the number of cards they can play. And with Disfigure, we can take down some much bigger stuff as well. And if they want to try and control Chandra by swinging with Skeleton every turn, that's fine too, because we're cracking back with Burglar. But yes, we're at a spot where we haven't really put the pedal to the metal. They're only at 16, and they're activating Bag of Holding now, so we're going to be in a spot where if we don't find some better action and kill them quickly, we could fall behind to Bag advantage. So yeah, do we care about that? No, that's fine. For right now, that's fine.
I'm the only one with a temper.
This is not as fine. I'm gonna leave this mountain now and save that for our activator. Yeah, the Wanderer sure feels like Elspeth, right? In the end, I don't know, by the way, or if I ever learned, I totally forgot. Alter. I'm going to disfigure the skeleton now so they can't get going on this altar plan this turn. Altar with Bag of Holding is some hot tech, though. You gotta like that. Smuggle's here, though. And maybe the smuggler is the thing that lets us get there now. And I'm going to start going to face, actually.
I sure hope you can't handle the heat.
Yeah, everybody's on board with going to the face now. This is hard. I mean, they're going. I think they just lose with this play, really. Maybe not this turn, but this makes it tough on them. They need to control Chandra and stop our attacks, and they're out of stuff, you know. So let's go. Let's smuggle the burglar. Now they can't make another flyer without gaining life first. And we have 3 lethal attackers. Now they do have 2 skeletons kind of available. They got 1 in hand, 1 in yard. But with Smuggler, they're just... I mean, they have to deal with Chandra or we shock them to death. They have to deal with Smuggler or we attack them to death. And it's going to take quite the bag here to get all that to happen. Yeah, maybe they'll go out on their own terms and make a 5/5 demon with their dying breath.
Say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Thank you, Emmer Smash. Appreciate the sub and the kind words. Good start to our week here at 4-0. Heck, we're going to be reviewing Eldraine cards in no time. I'm really looking forward to that, by the way. I mean, people reviewed cards for Limited before the LR set review was created, but I'm kind of the godfather of the set review, you know. I'm kind of the godfather of the set review, and I really like doing them, so I'm excited to come back in and do some with you guys. Next set, I want to get voting in place. I couldn't figure it out this weekend in time, but what I'd like to do in the future is maybe do a voting like on a 1 to 7 scale. Instead, like, not A, B, C, D. That's a little tough to do voting with, but like, yeah, we're totally gonna keep this with Disfigure and Burglar. We'll keep. But it would be fun to have, with every card, have everybody in chat vote on its grade, and we could grade a set together on stream, and then maybe even check it later, see how we did, see how we feel about our grades by the end of the set. Let's see. We drop a Swamp in the Blood Burglar, and then if they have another Miscreant in hand right now, they're going to get value out of it. We could play the Bloodfell Caves and deny them Miscreant value if they have another one. And then Disfigure, and then Blood Burglar 1 turn later. And then if we're wrong and they don't, we untap and do Blood Burglar and still have Disfigure. So the question is it worth keeping up the Disfigure here? I'm going to say no. If they've got the Miscreant opening, then tip the cap. I was trying to figure out what you were doing, Bat Meme, and now I realize he's... Bat Meme is voting right now. Well, Now we're going to attack in with Blood Burglar. It looks like a... Ooh. They're going to attack in with their hardcover. What are they doing? What does this do? Tap, draw... Alright. So they're going to be looting with that. That's fine by me. We're going to drop a Caves here and still have our Disfigure up. And then we get the land so that we get Chandra or Siegebreaker next turn. That's nice. Hardcover is like a 2. I think 1 is like got to be unplayable. Hardcover is not wildly unplayable. It's just mostly unplayable, like a D minus, D level. Not a straight F in my mind. They didn't loot, they attacked. I don't know what they're up to. But also note that they are pausing significantly with 1 blue mana and nothing else to do. Is there anything in the format besides Unsummon that we're thinking about here? We could try. I mean, if you want to think about it, Fiddles, like, maybe I could do a poll for each one, but the trouble is, if I'm not tracking it, what does it matter? We can try. Let me think about it. Maybe we'll do a low-tech version of the voting. Sailor, there it is. There it is indeed.
Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me, lads.
And guess what's dying right now? Yeah, we could do a spreadsheet with individual voting, but I think what we want to do is come up with a team going optimal final vote. You know, what is our average? What is our group average? I think that's the more interesting thing. Okay. I'm going to disguise Chandra, especially because if we play her, they can attack back with Miscreant. Let's just go with the Siegebreaker here. Might be convoluted, but okay. We got Soul Salvage. Yeah, no problem. Much rather have that convoluted than Chandra. Let's see him play something shockable here. That'd be nice. Maybe Mabinop, but you all are coming up. You all are now doing the mental design work that I was doing this weekend and didn't finish. Like, what's the right way to incorporate chat voting during a set review? I got as far as asking myself the question, coming up with some possible ideas, and then executing on 0 of them. So, busy weekend though. But yeah, you can think about that right now, and as we approach set review time, I mean, we can do simple. Yeah, you could also maybe we can make a template that people could use on their own if they want, and then add them together later. That's something we could try. All right, Oppo has still done nothing. This is awfully suspicious. 2 mana open. Let's or 4 mana open. I'm gonna send in the Blood Burglar. Hey, Brian. We're kind of crushing. This is, I wasn't super impressed with this deck. It's a thiefless black-red deck but it's been doing great, frankly. Okay, if they actually have Convolute, we don't want a Chandra, although there's another one in the deck somewhere. If they have Bone to Ash, we could play Chandra and get past it. So if they have another Convolute, though, we're just throwing Chandra into a Convolute, and I'd rather do a creature because then we can soul salvage back 2 creatures instead of the 1. So if we think it might be Convolute, we should probably just send out one of the creatures, although I really want to wait on this. I'm just going to put them to the test. If they Convolute the Chandra, okay, you got a 1-for-1. We'll keep it going. Oop, it's paused, so it's not Bone to Ash only. If it was Bone to Ash, it wouldn't even have stopped. But I'm not sure what it's pausing for.
Be afraid, wizard. I hope I sounded tough.
Yeah, I considered the Mastiff. I'm not sure what they were doing there. They clearly had the pause. Maybe it was Befuddle. Could be they have something like Befuddle and chose not to use it. People generally don't do full control bluffs, especially in bronze or whatever this player's at.
I'm getting all fired up.
All right, so now they've axed, but we have Fathom Fleet Cutthroat. So let's go ahead and do this. This is pretty straightforward. Bingo, bongo, Cutthroat.
Pyromaster and Firebrand.
Couldn't they use the fairy ability? What do you mean by that? This one, hardcover? Oh, sorry, Queen. I hate those stretches where it just feels like variants can't possibly allow for something as ridiculous as you're experiencing. But keep playing through. Keep playing through. Well, they can destroy what they want here. We get a creature out of it, and we get to soul salvage. So, okay, they're going to give themselves some defense. With Blade Brand, I don't mind our current spot at all. We're gonna plus here, because what else are we doing? I guess I could have added... I did that hastily. We could have given up Chandra to get red, which maybe is actually good, because then we'd have Agonizing Siphon and Blade Brand on the same turn. But I'm just gonna play Mastiff here. And we'll pass. And if... okay, they can return target... Or wow, they actually... I've never seen the Cavalier of Dawn actually return something. And maybe it will here. Yeah, I guess we can attack with Burglar. But what I don't want to do... The problem with attacking with Burglar is that I don't want to trade Blade Brand and Burglar for the 3/3. So we're going to stay back on D here. Because I want to trade it for the 4/6, not the 3/3. And I'd like to trade the Fathom Fleet Cutthroat off, because if we can tick Chandra back up and get Fathom Fleet back with the Soul Salvage, we're in the same spot of being able to shock somebody with Chandra, shock something with Chandra, and finish it off with the Cutthroat. So ideally here they attack with both, although I don't know if they feel like they even can with at 12 life. Yeah, maybe they'll attack with because of the vigilance. Good point. But they might not even want to risk it against the yeah, because we could gang block it and kill it, so they're not even interested in that. Now, interesting spot. We have 5 damage to throw around between Siphon and Chandra if we want to give up Chandra. Nothing's at 5 exactly here. We could just Siphon... Kind of like Siphon, Sentinel, plus Chandra. Yeah, we can send in attackers if we are sure of... No, I'm not. I'm gonna. Which plan, Shogmoth? The Kataski's plan or mine? I think we just kill the Sentinel and sit back. And maybe that wasn't right. I don't know. And I'm going to play the mountain. Yeah, we don't have Blade Brand up, which maybe means we have to chump, but if it's actually okay because then we get the potential Cutthroat play. We'll see what they want to do, first of all. Well, it's if they attack Chandra, what do we do? Yeah, if they attack us, no problem. We just take the hit. The question is, what do we do if they attack Chandra? Yeah, we can Posture Infuriate. That's not a bad idea. Rollock. Roll okay. You roll okay or Rollock? What do you want? Roll. It must be Rollock. Rollock. Okay. Let's make him think we have something is the point. All right. Wow. Interesting. Fantastic. Couldn't be better, actually. We get to just take an easy 4 from the Cavalier. If they had sent Cavalier at Chandra, this might have been an interesting choice, or a tough choice, but I don't care at all what they do here. That's great. Now... Soul Salvage gets 2 back and leaves us Blade Brand and a pump. And... well, we couldn't Chandra -2 and Cutthroat... and get the Cutthroat back. We're gonna try and do that. Yeah, too much mana on that plan. And if I -1 here, now I'm gonna plus Chandra again because we have the Blade Brand now, so I feel good about our situation. If they send everything at Chandra, we'll figure out what to do. Probably Chump and then Blade Brand off the other one. And then we can still follow with the minus and Cutthroat play. They're at 12 life, but like 1 card. I want to... Oppo, if you're gonna go at Chandra, you gotta go with both. Like, if they go with both at Chandra, it's like at least we pay a penalty to keep Chandra alive. If they don't go both at Chandra, what are they doing? Oh, you're doing it again? Oppo. Making it so easy. I guess Blood Burglar is more sacrificial than Mastiff because Mastiff can pump. I don't know what they think we care about something attacking our life total at 24. Heck, don't even need the Cutthroat. If we want, we just Shock and Fathom Fleet. Yeah, I was saying I've never seen somebody get back something with the Cavalier of Dawn. That's kind of interesting. All right. Scary, but we have, I mean, we have the combo.
I sure hope you can't handle the heat.
And we'll go Mastiff, Embercat. We may force a trade with a Cutthroat here, but that's fine with us. Easy block there. See if they've got anything else in hand. 3 mana, 1 card. Nip.
Let's get stoked.
Yeah, they Oppo attacked us when they should have been. If they were committed to trying to get Chandra off the board, they needed to send everything at Chandra. Oh, was that lethal? Yeah, sorry. No, we were 1 off from lethal, right? I pumped twice. Oh no, I pumped once in shock. Yeah, I could have killed him there. Oh no, not enough red. 1 red off lethal. Yeah, I should have looked though. I wasn't even really looking. It just felt like we were inevitable, but. That's pretty classic. A place I lose percentage is when I'm failing to take my win percentage from 99.5 to 99.6 or whatever, you know? Sometimes you get lazy in those spots. All right, we rattle off 5 straight to start with this deck. Very nice. Our deck's been very consistent. Thank you for those follows. Much appreciated. All right, another nice opener. We got Blood Burglar into Vulture into Siphon. And we even get to draw cards on top of that. Do you know if the extra XP carry over to next season or something? Nah, no way, Froomsy. They're going to start us over for sure. Yeah, under surveillance because we didn't find any thieves. Although we do have technically burglars and smugglers, so... But the thieves are not in here. All right, this is intimidating to see them start on 2 with. Okay. Well, folks, we're gonna Vulture and go. Well, they could have a Disfigure or something. Let's Blood Burglar first. Here's what we just pitched. Good stuff. Too bad, but we have other good stuff in the deck. I didn't like Smuggler because we can save that for later. Like, this is going to get in, and now we can smuggle and get these both in. That was what I was thinking. I don't know the exact value difference there between my Smuggler versus Vulture choice. Can't 2-spell here. Next turn we get to 2-spell with Mastiff and Smuggler though, so we're figuring out which of these two we want to cast basically. Excuse me. I didn't see what they did on the scries. Did anybody notice? Topped. Yeah, I'm going to be... Let's just siphon the Death Toucher off the board before they untap with whatever they've topped. Keep clocking here. Next turn we get Smuggler and Mastiff. That's nice. Then we get to threaten with Siegebreaker. Oh, again, one bottom. All right. Another Siphon. We're going to skip that for now, though, and smuggle our way from here to the best of our ability. They're Scorpion Tribal. We're Agonizing Siphon Tribal. But right now, I like 4/4 face. Heck, we can actually represent a 2-turn clock here. I mean, they're doing all sorts of stuff here, but they need to answer the Smuggler or they're going to die. Ooh, Shock. Let's see. So we smuggle the Mastiff, and we can make it 4. I guess we don't have 5 because of the Spider. We could Agonize... All right, I'm going to Agonize the Spider so that the Vulture can keep attacking. And then just attack with Vulture and Smuggled Blood Burglar for now. Now they're at 6 with a threat to bring them to 4 and win on next turn. So we will shock their face if nothing dramatically changes here. All right, they did get that. They're not gaining life though, right? We could also just shock the Scorpion in response. Yeah, all right, we'll shock it. They get it back, but it keeps our Smuggler alive, which is going to really cost them. All right. Well, this is actually all still okay if they don't solve the Vulture problem. They're sure drawing a lot of cards, though. We have another Smuggler. Let's just rip the Smuggler off the top. Yeah, lifelink is a minor problem. Hey, there we go. Unfortunately, we can't... salvage and play right now, but we do get to attack in with the 2. And yeah, I think we gotta go get our burglar here. Let's get these 2. Just trying to get him dead before the Seasons of Growth overwhelm us in terms of card quality advantage that Oppo is getting here. It's looking okay. We're not out of the woods though. Those seasons could really pull them into parity quickly if they get lucky. And we are basically forced to make this trade with the try to trade with the burglar. If they have more pump, like if they have season of growth, it could be a growth cycle. Sorry, it could be really bad for us for them to get a 7/7 lifelink and 2 card draw. Like that's the kind of like we seem okay, but we are one growth cycle away from being destroyed. Right, just destroyed. However, we can't really beat that. If they have the second growth cycle, I think we're just doomed. And so we have to try and trade off. And because our life total is high, I'm going to try and trade with the blood burglar. All right, we got lucky. They did not have the backup growth cycle there to really put the game out of reach. Fantastic card to go along with Season of Growth, obviously, but maybe they'll be out. Boy, we are trying real hard here. Hanging on, hanging on. Top, oh no, they topped. Top is bad unless we find, like, do we have anything that can kill something like that? We need Blade Brand or something here. Mountain off the top for lethal. Hey, Blade Brand, Blade Brand, Blade Brand. Although I called for it, now I don't even know if it's actually good. I don't know how a mountain would have been lethal. How would a mountain been lethal? Funny thing is, the Blade Brand doesn't matter because we're going to attack with both. Smuggler double pump. How are we double pumping? That's where I don't understand what y'all... What do you mean double pump? Math is hard. Why do we need Blade Brand? It doesn't... Oh, it does fight. Yeah, we should save the Blade Brand. Because it's fight, not punch. And 2 versus 1 doesn't really matter with this board anyway. Death to Gargos. It's possible they thought they had another Gargos fight coming, and then we surprised them. Yeah, I think they thought they were gonna. I think they had another thing that was gonna take the Vulture out, and we had them either way because we were gonna Blade Brand and only let them do the first one. Woo! That was a toughie. They were on the verge at all times, it seemed, of just potentially turning the corner and closing that door, but we got there. I wouldn't mind starting the week on a simple 7-0. Let us get going on a high note into the set review. Yeah, we got no murders and no thieves in this deck, but we're doing all right.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Thank you for the sub. Really appreciate that. 13th Apex. Very nice of you. Yeah, no brawlers. No, yeah, there's a lot that we're missing from these. No, no outrage. No shaman, no outrage, but we got a lot of shock level effects. Set review is in 1 to 3 games, depending on how this event turns out. I'm going to take a little break after this event, and then we're going to go into the set review. Oppo has Mulligan. That's good for us also. What is that? Diamond? I don't know what that is. We're going to go Fenlurker into Smuggler, probably into Chandra, maybe into Siegebreaker, depending on what they build out on their board. Ooh. Change of plan. I guess we'll go Blood Burglar over Fenlurker and try to get one of their final cards in hand with the Fenlurker. Also, we can consider trading the Fenlurker for the Bladed Up token, but probably not going to offer a block here. We'll see what they can follow with in terms of something to block with on their end. Another Blade, interesting. Well, we will offer to trade with that one. At least we'll have the lifelink. Well, actually, we can just smuggle. Do we care? We can go Fenlurker Shock, too. Trouble is, then they just put it over here, and it gets big. I think I'm in the smuggle camp. This is a tough one. I see some people saying shock, some people saying smuggle. But the trade and shock play is going to be there later. I'm going to smuggle and see what they've got left in their hand. Great. And now I want to... they're going to make the obvious free block here. And I like... Mastiff Shock or... Hey, Rob. Rob's in Chile. Awesome. Glad you could find a way to say hello to us from your trip. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, we're gonna get we're gonna shock it. We could also Chandra it. The trouble is Chandra is completely unprotected against these. So yes, we're gonna shock. And then I don't want to not play a card, so we're gonna Fenlurker as well. Trouble is if we let them untap, they get to put these blades on the Griffin, and then that's actually a real problem for us. So I like that 2-spell turn, basically. Looks like they're missing blue. Missing blue and trying to race. I wonder if they're going to have a play after this. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, we could Chandra one of these, but then the blade falls off. They put it on the other, and they've got a 3/3. I actually just like playing the Siegebreaker here and keeping the race going if they want. Mabinap, you wanted to go Chandra minus and then play Mastiff off the mana? That doesn't seem great. Well, I like this, though. Oh, now they're going to go back. If all they've got right now, I'm sorry, Oppo. If the best Oppo can do is do what they're doing here, it's not great for them. We get to disfigure and eat here, so we're just going to attack with everything. And then Mastiff. if they want to spend their whole turn putting equipment back on the 1/1 to trade with the Siegebreaker, that's probably good for us as well. But no, it looks like they have other things in mind. Maybe they're gonna destroy target tapped Siegebreaker here. Nah, Frosty, they're gonna keep it tapped. That's fine. Now we get I was gonna say we have Chandra kill, but we just do have Disfigure. I'm gonna just Chandra minus the onto the links.
The city is so constraining. I need to call my fist
And they're done.
Master and Firebrand.
Some days magic is easier than others, folks. Today was one of the easy days. I mean, some days it feels like you can do no wrong. And we had one of those moments. Yeah, it was a speed run. That was 7 wins by 10:45. Nice. Yeah, we didn't even really answer the regulator question. It never worked with Chandra. It never really did anything. The regulator literally never did anything. Yeah, Stratic, we got very lucky with a lot of our right pieces at the right time, so I'm not going to take that for granted. It's easy to go away thinking I'm the best Magic player in the universe when something like that happens, but a lot of stuff worked out for us. A lot of stuff worked out for us there, but we'll take it. We get brutalized sometimes, so you got to take the times where it's coming up Millhouse, and we take it happily. Look at that. Why do I get this? Anybody know what this is from? Maybe this is part of the mastery pass that they failed to give me or something. Oh, 7 wins is just a thing you get? I didn't know that. I guess I don't 7 win enough, or didn't realize that's what happens. Thank you, Fiddles. Fiddles is working on a card rating poll. Let's go open some packs, say goodbye to YouTube, and then I'm going to take a short break. Oh, thank you, Mama. Mama's throwing around the subs. Celebrating the 7 win. All right, we got 20 gems there and a wild card there, but that's 20 more gems to add to our grind total. 40, we got 950 on that for the straight 7-0. That was under surveillance. We're on. All right, nice run.